A prevailing modern theory suggests that human morality is little more than a biological reflex, a set of automatic responses over which we have no real control. This book stands firmly against that bleak perspective. It argues that this so-called new science presents a distorted and incomplete picture, built on artificial experiments and a narrow focus on our baser instincts. By fixating on selfishness, it overlooks the profound power of moral commitment, the force that drives parents to sacrifice, activists to persevere, and ordinary people to act with extraordinary integrity. Our moral sense is not a static trait but a dynamic capacity, central to our survival as a species and capable of remarkable growth throughout our lives. The authors contend that viewing humans as inherently immoral is not only inaccurate but also dangerous. This belief encourages us to lower our expectations of ourselves and others, forgetting that dedication to a cause can elevate behavior. Historical thought experiments and laboratory simulations often fail to capture this reality because participants know their actions lack real consequences. To understand true morality, we must look to real-world examples where commitment was tested. The book turns to the lives of morally exemplary figures, demonstrating that our choices are not mere accidents but active constructions of character. From an evolutionary standpoint, moral behavior has been crucial for human survival. Traits like empathy, which appear in early childhood across all cultures, fostered the bonds of cooperation and protection that allowed communities to thrive. While our cultural environment shapes us, we are not passive recipients of its lessons. Our moral disposition evolves as we interpret and learn from our experiences. We actively select which influences to internalize, which means we can, and often do, grow beyond the biases of our upbringing. The story of Jane Addams illustrates this perfectly. Born into privilege, she consciously constructed a moral life dedicated to lifting up the poor and marginalized, defying the social norms of her time. We are born with a suite of moral emotions, such as the instinctive distress we feel at another's pain. However, we are not slaves to these initial reactions. A key human strength is our ability to mold and manage these emotions in service of higher ideals. The early anger of a young Nelson Mandela was not erased but channeled and transformed into a disciplined pursuit of justice and reconciliation. This ability to shape our emotional responses is central to moral development. Similarly, while we might question the absolute virtue of honesty in a complex world, the book warns that its opposite, self-deception, is a far more corrosive force. Being dishonest with ourselves erodes our integrity and clouds our judgment, making genuine moral action impossible. The book further explores humility not as self-denigration but as a multifaceted strength. True humility involves an accurate understanding of our own limitations, an openness to learning from others, and a focus on the cause rather than the self. This trait is essential for building connections and mobilizing collective action, as seen in leaders who inspire movements rather than cultivate personal followings. Finally, the authors discuss the importance of maintaining what they call true faith, not necessarily religious, but a hopeful, open-minded perseverance. This is the quality that allows moral people to continue striving for justice and goodness even in the face of profound despair and overwhelming odds, trusting in the possibility of a better future. Ultimately, this work is a powerful reaffirmation of human potential. It argues that we are defined not by a fixed, selfish nature, but by our lifelong capacity to cultivate ideals like honesty, humility, and faith. By studying moral exemplars and understanding the dynamic nature of our own character, we can consciously participate in our own moral growth, committing ourselves to causes greater than our own self-interest and realizing the profound power of ideals.